Hey guys, Matt Dean here from Dean Family Acres, and we're working on a muscadine trellis. We are putting in two 64-foot muscadine trellises. You ask why 64 feet? Because my pacing is off and it was only supposed to be 60. So we've got 4 extra feet on each trellis, which won't matter. We'll just have a little extra vine. Y'all follow along as we put this trellis together. Dean Family Acres. Hey guys, Matt Dean here, and we're trying to figure out exactly our spacing on our muscadines as we plan out this trellis. In the past, if you've seen our other video, go check that out here in regards to designing and doing the simple trellis in your backyard. We did that, I think it was like 26, 28 feet, something like that. And so it's a little bit shorter than it's kind of recommended. But what we're gonna do is basically what Isons and Shane from Kinfolk recommend now, and that's 20-foot spacing for each vine. I was trying to figure that out and what our best option is, and also spacing on distance between trellises, because we're going to probably do at least 2 of those. Everything I've seen from Ison says 12 feet, but man, looking at that, it just seems like that's a bit wide. But we're going to check it out and just make sure that's right. All right, guys, so trying to figure out exactly where we're going to put this next set of trellises. And I think we've decided to put them up on this side of our yard because we just don't use this space up here a whole lot. The one downside is that deer come right through here. Our property line is basically this fence, but deer come like right through here constantly. So good chance we might have to put up an electric fence. I know they've really eaten these apple trees, this one especially. They just hammer it. So I think maybe if we connect to that fence there and run electric, then we can keep them out somewhat. But 60 feet is from this flag down to this flag here. So hopefully you can kind of tell exactly where we are and get down here to this end. This will be enough room for 6 plants or vines. Kind of see where we are in relation to the front yard there. All right, so this one here in the middle is where we're going to start. So from here up, about there is 60 feet. Same on this one here, about 12 feet apart. And that way that would give us enough room for 6. We currently have 5 vines. I know I want 3 on one run because they're all the same. The other ones, got to decide what we want to do. But that would give us enough room for 6 vines. And we also have some grapes. So I hadn't decided if we're going to put the grapes near these or we're going to do something else. And if we ever decide to expand, there's enough room right here between this flag and that flag for us to have 2 more vines. They'll be a little bit tight, but that'll work. So there's enough room here for about 8 vines, and it still look fairly decent coming up the road from the property line. You know, I think it'll look nice, and we don't use this up here. My one downside is the deer, but I think this will work out. So I'm gonna start digging the first post hole and put you guys up on a time lapse. Hopefully the battery lasts. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, so got us a 2-foot hole there. And a 2-foot hole right there. All right, guys, so we got us 2-foot holes in, and I'm not looking forward to summertime. I like the spring and the fall, but it's already getting a little warm. So good thing we're going ahead and get these in a little bit later than we probably should have, but hey, you work with what you got. These also were not bare roots, so we're not nearly as concerned about timing. We'll need to water them no matter what. But since they were potted, kind of gives you a little extra flexibility. So y'all follow along. I'm gonna get the post, tractor to move the post, and then we will hopefully get these set in the ground. I think I got a bag of concrete. Oh goodness, we got to look for that. Any rest of you guys keep a stash of stuff just in case you think you might need it? Yeah, I do that. Probably a little too guilty of that. But guess what? I didn't have to go buy fence posts at however much they are right now. So let me show you exactly what we got in the stash. All right, so fence post there. Another fence post here. Yes, that's an exhaust out off of a 95 Econoline 7.3 diesel Power Stroke van. You know, anybody looking for one, send them my way. Be happy to sell that to them. We upgraded to a 4-inch straight through. So anyway, got our 2 posts here. Those will look nice, and we will get those put in the ground. All right, guys, so now it's time to put the post in the hole. We're gonna put the round ones on the front and the square ones in the back. So let's see if we can get it in. I think.
It seems taller than other ones.
Yeah, I think I need to go down a little bit more. I think you can help me get it out. All right, guys, I think that's deep enough. We're at least 3 foot. That's better.
That's not how you're supposed to open it.
You're supposed to open it.
It's gravelly. What if I breathe that in?
Don't breathe it in. It's bad for you.
It's square.
All right, guys. 1 post in the ground, 3 more to go. Hey guys, hope y'all are doing all right. We are working on trying to get some muscadine trellises up, and we got 3 out of 4 posts up, but now I'm going to actually get a tape measure because I want to make sure that my 4th post is accurate on this muscadine trellis. All right, guys, so we found our tape measure. Another great auction find. One of the videos that's kind of taken off a little bit here lately for us, just an older video, is actually our small farm auction video. So I'm gonna insert that up here. Y'all go check it out and tell us what you think. We actually just happened to go and to an auction. Goodness, I don't know how long ago it was now, but we happened to go to that, and ended up just videoing some of it sticking together. People loved it. So, you know, it's those little activities you do as family and just having a good time. All right, we're gonna get out here now. Got my post hole diggers. We're gonna get out here and put this fourth post in the ground. All right, guys, so hopefully you can kind of see exactly what we've done here. This post here up to that one is approximately 60 feet. Then we came back this direction just a little bit because potential shade from that crepe myrtle and things. We don't want any shade, and we're gonna bring this one back to about where those post hole diggers are. So now what I'm gonna do is actually get the tape out, make sure that we get our distance right instead of just eyeballing it like we did with the other three, and also get our distance from here to here right, but also from here to here right. We actually spaced them 12 feet. That's what Ison said. Talked with Shane at Kinfolk, and by the time I saw his text back, he had done his 8 feet. So if we do add any more up here, we'll probably do them at 8 feet, honestly, just to be able to have the extra space, because that's an extra 4. So every, I guess, what's that, fourth one, you could have an extra row with doing 8 feet versus 12 feet. He said any distance will work as long as you have enough space to get the mower in between. So we definitely won't have any problem with that. Our deck on our mower is 61 inch, so that'll be perfect. If we need to make 3 passes through, then we'll be good. So I'll set y'all up on a time lapse and let you see exactly me trying to get this measurement since I'm out here by myself today. All right, guys, so you saw we got that measured out. Apparently my steps are a little bit off. I thought we were at 60 feet. We're at 64, which is totally fine. And then we're a little over 12 feet from outside of post to outside of post. It's like 12.9-ish. And that, if you took the actual distance of the post, is probably right at 12 feet from center to center. Or from inside to inside, actually. Inside to inside is right at 12 feet. And then 64 going whoop that way. So we've got a little bit of extra space. So that means we could either, one, give extra space so they have a little bit more than 20 feet in between each, or we could divide it out and possibly put 4 vines on each. So we're going to do some quick math and just kind of figure that out while we dig this hole. Thankfully, we've been having a lot of rain, so these holes really have not been too bad. The downside about doing these posts, they're super long. So it's going to take us just a little while to get them extra deep. I think that hole over there, as you saw in the video earlier, it's like 3+ feet deep. So we want to make them the same height or very close. So here we go. Let's get to work. All right, guys, so we got that hole dug. Looking at the timer on the film, looks like that took less than about 5 or 6 minutes to dig a 3-foot hole. With all that clay, I would not suggest doing that in July. One cost that you do have on buying repurposed poles is dealing with barbed wire and fence staples. But when they're only $5 a piece, you make it work. Hey guys, so yesterday we went to go out and work on the muscadine trellis. See the post there? And put the wire up, and guess what? Couldn't find my tools. So went searching and actually found my drill today. It was hiding in another area that we worked, and I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I don't put things up. Don't ask anybody else at the house because they'll say all the time I don't put things up. Anyway, we've got the drill. We've got a big drill bit that should be able to go all the way through these posts. And very similar to our other trellis video, we'll link it up here. We're gonna hang the wire and run it down that way. I did order some new wire because the other wire that I had only came in 50-foot rolls. These are 60, they're supposed to be 60, but they're 64-inch trellises, and I don't want to piece anything. So I ordered some wire, and it is from Home Depot, is the cheapest place to order it. And I forget how many feet it is, but I'll update you on that in a second. But I just ordered it, and they either ship to store or ship to home. They don't keep it in stock, but 9 gauge is the way to go. And we'll get this put in just a second. I'll just give you some updates as we go along. All right guys, so this is 9 gauge, 170 feet. So that will be enough for us to go between both of these. If you wanted to run a big one lower, you can. I think I'm gonna use electric fence wire just because it's cheaper, and that should be able to hold up the water line. I am gonna put drip irrigation on these 2 trellises. The other one, I'm still working on it, but plan to actually get this hooked up underground into each of these, so we can run drip at each vine. So here we go. We're gonna get started on unwinding, actually not unwinding, but unwrapping this a little bit, and then we will actually get busy drilling these holes. All right guys, so you're wondering about what height you're supposed to put your muscadine trellis wire. It's at 5 feet, so we've marked that here, and we will now put our holes for our wire holders. And you can actually get those at Amazon. I'm gonna link those down below here. And they work really well. Used those on the last one. I've actually had to tighten it up once. It wasn't because it loosened up, just with the weather over winter. So I changed that, and we're gonna put this, drill this hole in this post, and we will get this set up here and then go down to the other end. There is a gentle slope coming down this way, but I'm just gonna set it at 5 feet at both ends, and it will have a gentle slope because there's really no different heights on throughout it. It's pretty gentle slope all the way down. That makes sense? I think so. All right guys, so we've got a one-way wire vise. That's what these are called. And I drilled the hole all the way through. Go in, but don't go all the way. You want a firm grip here so that it doesn't pull all the way through. So what I like to do is just use that one bit going through, and then I will actually just wallow it out, just basically the length of my finger, just enough for that to stick in and it still be snug. That does leave enough space for the wire to come through. You can make it smaller than this if you want to, but it traditionally makes it where that wire is a little bit more difficult to deal with. The size that we're using in regards to drilling this through is actually 31/64. Just use a 1/2 inch, should be fine. Honestly, you probably could use a 3/8 and just wallow it out as well. Should work perfectly fine. Again, this is for 9 gauge wire. All right guys, so hopefully this makes sense. You got from here, let's see if we can get, you can see through. Hole's not perfect, but it'll be fine for 9 gauge wire. Might be a little bit big, but it's all right. And then it will actually run all the way down to this one. All right guys, so we got this one in and the one down there in, and now we're gonna go get the wire and pull it through. Do remember when you're pulling this wire through, you don't wanna pull too much through because whatever you pull through, you're gonna have more of that when you start tightening it up. So it's gonna be a lot more than you think. My recommendation is probably pull about 6 to 9 inches out here on this one end, and then get it on the other end, and pull it as tight as you can, or get someone to help you, and then you can actually pull it. I have seen folks use a tractor and a ratchet. We will see if we need that. The other time that I did this this style, my pull I think was only like 28 or 29 feet, so we're a good bit further out than that, so could make things a little bit different. We shall see. All right, guys, so hopefully you can see exactly where this line is. I'll take it slow walking down through here. It is about shoulder height, and I think we can come up just a pinch if we tighten it some. So we got a little bit of a bend right here, but we should be able to straighten this out, no problem. It's not kinked, it's just got a little bend to it. So you can kind of see that. And then we also have our T-post to put in. So it will definitely lift it up some. This was our 5 foot mark. So as you can see, we're right at 5 foot. Now you can hear me. So as you can see, vice grips, a ratchet strap, and a tractor bucket works great. You probably could do something similar with your pickup or your side-by-side, but having that bucket up at that right level was almost perfect. So make do with what you got. You couldn't find my come along, but those will work excellent as well. Let's see if we can get these T-posts in here. T-posts need to be 20 feet apart. You gotta remember as well that we've got an extra 4 feet in here, so I'm actually gonna put my T-posts, I believe, at 21.5 feet apart. All right, guys, so this one, I put it a little bit low, so honestly I have to put it right here at the top or just under, and we can always adjust it later. I don't know if I grabbed a shorter T-post or what. And I will say one thing about Tractor Supply: if you get T-posts from them, they actually give you these. If you just have a screwdriver or something with this style, you can literally just pull it under. This on there. Alright, so that's our height. We're right in line. We'll make this work, and try not to go quite as deep this time. I think that last one must have been a short T-post. I left that one a little bit high. The other one I put where it was all the way down into, just on the ears. Yeah, these are short T-posts, y'all. Really appreciate you guys watching today. Don't forget to check back with us on Thursday for another video, and then by next Sunday we'll also have an update on our Muscadine trellis and the water system that we're planning to hook to it. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share this content, and if you do give us a thumbs up and subscribe, be sure and ring that bell like Mike Tyson did in the 1980s. Y'all have a blessed day.